Ladies and gentlemen, are these new reward apps actually worth the time and effort? Let's find out together. Hope you enjoy. First up, we have an app called Joyful Scratch. Now, as always, ladies and gentlemen, just remember, depending on your country, these apps are going to behave completely different, so always keep that in mind. Same thing comes for any of the ads you see as well. Just remember, most of the time, the ads are completely fake. Either way, this is what Joyful Scratch looks like. Top of the screen, we have our gem-based currency, a 3-hour timer, and our supposed PayPal currency. Now, underneath that, we have our in-game coins, and with these coins, we can actually unlock different cards to scratch. There are many different cards that we can go through to actually scratch here. And while you may think that that might influence the actual application itself and the rewards it may try and give, that, in my opinion, is just not the case, okay? So once you select the card you want to play with, this is what it looks like. Top of the screen, you have your various prizes that you can supposedly get while you're scratching the cards. Each of them has different amounts of gems that you can get. Now, each of the cards will cost coins as well. This is where the in-game coins come into play. Simply scratch the card, and underneath you should get some coins or gems, and there you go, everyone. It's really as simple as that, okay? Now, pop-ups will appear, and in my opinion, this is the biggest problem I have with the app, is that ads will play automatically every 30 to 60 seconds. Again, very frustrating. Either way, at this point, we have the option to claim the 198 gems or get 50% without watching the ad. The only kicker is, everyone, it plays an ad anyway, so that's how they kind of force you to watch that 100% ad. So now that that's done, we get our gems. Now, in case you can't be bothered scratching, there is a little button at the bottom of the screen where you simply press it, and it checks the card for you. This is a pretty neat little feature, by the way, in my opinion. So, what do we get? Looks like we got the mini everyone for 150 gems. There are also other mini games as well. Like here you can see we have a prize wheel, and supposedly we got 2,000 of the coins. Now here's the money bank mini game where you simply just select the chest and you get gems out of them. Now let's move on to the test itself. I started the test off with almost 3 hours on the timer, played for an hour straight and generated 7,147 gems. And that only gave me 4 cents USD, everyone. So I had to play again, as the minimum is 5 cents in my country of Australia. Generated 1,100 of the gems or so. And that finally got me to 5 cents worth of USD. I am happy to say though, I did withdraw the 5 cents worth of USD, and it did arrive within about 5 to 10 minutes to my account, again, in my own experience. That was nice. Now, another feature to mention here, everyone, is that they have like a rewards area where they have various little activities that you can perform, aka just pretty much watching advertisements over and over again to generate more of the gems. So, completely up to you if you want to go to that area. I didn't bother though. I just played the game. For instance, you have a check-in area, watch videos for points, aka gems, and you can flip cards for rewards. So is it really worth the time and effort? No, not in my opinion, at least right now in its current state. But again, you can do whatever you want with that information. That's my review on Joyful Scratch. Let's move on. I did quickly want to say, if you enjoy what I do here on YouTube every single week, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support is critical this year, everyone, so thank you all so much. Next up, we have KashJoy. And this is what it looks like when you launch it up. It runs on a game point system, everyone. And as you can see here, we have a goal for 500,000 of these game points that we have to try and get within 3 hours. So just imagine the Just Play system, guys. I'm sure you understand exactly how this is going to work. You play the games, get the game points, and you hope that you get something decent at the end of the 3-hour countdown. For today's video, I ran a test on every single one of these games and played them for a solid 30 minutes each. And if you're wondering about the actual cash out system, the minimum amount in my country of Australia is 1 cent worth of USD currency. And as you can see, we have our balance and the timer counting down as we speak. I have the option of PayPal currency for 1 cent. But when it comes to the gift cards, there's a $5 minimum. And to be fair, there is some variety to the gift cards, which is always nice to see. On today's video though, we're only focusing on the PayPal aspect. Now you will need to actually download the games to your phone, everyone, so you can't play them through the app itself. You'll have to install the 4 different game apps if you want to play them. And I found that the games themselves are very casual, which is again a little fun bonus, alright? So just remember, while you're playing, the points are accumulating in the background. In my opinion, it's every time you watch an advertisement. Like after just literally showing you that one level, we have 19,000 of those game points now because an ad appeared. So how did my actual test go? I managed to accumulate 1.75 million of the game points in about 2 hours of playing these little games. And what I was left with, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the countdown was 9 cents worth of USD currency. I was really expecting a lot more than that, so that's very disappointing, but I am happy to say, yes everyone, I did withdraw the 9 cents worth of USD currency and it arrived within about 3 to 4 minutes. So that was, again, excellent to see all in all. See, that's all well and good, everyone, but your time is very precious, okay? So you have to be careful where you're spending it. At least now you know about KashJoy though, and you can make whatever decision you want. That's just my review on it. I don't really think it's worth the time right now, but again, now you know. Let's move on. Next up, we have Jackpot Tree. So for all the veteran viewers out there and people that have watched the channel for a long time, you may remember all those tree scam apps that used to appear, especially during the virus days, okay? We have a new entry here. Now, is it actually going to be worth the time and effort? Top of the screen, we have our gem-based currency, our 3-hour timer, and our supposed PayPal currency. Underneath that, you have your in-game currency, of course. To the right of that, you have multiple mini-games that you're able to unlock eventually. So yes, everyone, this does mimic the same actions here of course, tapping on the tree. This is actually a lot more in-depth though, as we have multiple upgrades as well that we can do for the tree, such as hiring workers, purchasing different equipment to essentially have the game try and play for you, and of course pop-ups. That is right, every 30 to 60 seconds ads will appear, so please get ready for that. There are even different buffs and unlocks you can get for your tree as well. So now that you know all that, how did the actual test go? So I started this test off with 3 hours almost on the timer. I played for around 40 minutes almost and generated 7,468 gems. And once that timer ran out, I was left with 4 cents worth of USD. Now this meant I had to actually play again because at least in Australia, the minimum is 5 cents. So I played again and generated 10,000 of the gems, which left me with 8 cents worth of USD in total. So pretty disappointing prices again, at least in my country, but how did the actual test go? I'm happy to say, everyone, I did withdraw the 8 cents worth of USD currency and it arrived within about 5 minutes or so to my PayPal account, at least in my experience in Australia. So there you have it. This also has that extra rewards area as well, where you can simply watch the advertisements in return for the gems, okay? So there is a little bonus there in case you're wondering. So there you have it, everyone. That's my review on Jackpot Tree. Very surprising, funny enough. It's not too often you see one of these little tree apps actually hold up their value, okay? But again, it doesn't mean it's worth the time and effort. It's just nice to see when developers actually keep their word on what they're gonna give. Again, I just wish it was more. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, we have Bingo Spin. Top of the screen, you have your life, in-game currency, and a few different little abilities and little mini games and bonuses you can get throughout your adventure. Bottom of the screen, you have your gem-based currency, a 3-hour timer, and your supposed PayPal currency. So this is what the actual bingo portion looks like. It's a lot to take in, but here we go. Top of the screen, you have some bonus gems that you can get throughout your progression on the bingo match. Bottom of the screen, you have your little spin system as well as extra abilities. And there's a pop-up. So yes, sadly, we have the 30 to 60 second ad system again. I don't think we're ever going to escape this system, by the way. It's very frustrating, everyone. Almost every single app in the last like 6 months has this with this type of genre. Either way, tapping spin will give you a whole bunch of numbers. You can then tap the board to claim the number. I'm sure you guys understand bingo by now, so I'm not going to waste your time, alright? You guys see this, you know what it is. So, let me just break down my test and get this show on the road. By the way, the bonus system is also here as well, guys. So not only do you have the bingo section, you have the whole watching ads for gems section as well. So keep that in mind. So I started the test off at almost 3 hours on the timer, played for an hour and a half and generated 43,000 of the gems. And once that timer was up, everyone, it only converted into 7 cents worth of USD. So an hour and a half there for 7 cents. You do the math, everyone, if you think that's worth it or not. In my opinion, no, absolutely not. But either way, I activated that 7 cents worth of USD, and yes, it did arrive to my PayPal account in my own experience within about 5 minutes or so. That's my review on Bingo Spin. You do whatever you want with that information. Fingers crossed these little play to earn apps get much better this year. We can only hope. Check out my channel for almost 1,000 reviews. Stay safe out there. I'll see you next time.